Hi students, let's revise CA Final AFM Chapter 3 Advanced Capital Budgeting Decisions Illustration 10. Going with the question, the requirements are they are asking us to calculate NPV, and this concept is relating to scenario analysis. So what is that? Scenario analysis will consider the worst scenarios to best scenarios, how the project will reflect. So we'll have worst scenarios cash flow and best scenarios cash flow, and most likely what will happen. That's what is given in this question. So XYZ Limited is considering a project A with an initial outflow of 14 lakh, and the possible three cash inflows attached with the project as follows. So in year 1 they are projecting that the best cash flow they can get is 650 and the worst is 450, and in year 2 the best is 500, the worst is 400, and most likely 450, and year 3 same. Assuming the cost of capital as 9%, determine NPV in each scenario. So the first requirement is NPV in each scenario, and if XYZ is certain about the most likely result in first 2 years but uncertain about the third year's cash flow, analyze what will be the NPV expecting worst scenario in the third year. So the second requirement is NPV considering the situations. What are the situations? Most likely in 2 years and worst scenario in the third year. So going to the solution, so the discount rate is 9%, and considering the worst year cash flows, we are getting a negative NPV of 110, and most likely we are getting a NPV of 100, and in best scenarios we are getting a NPV of 311. So as we can see, in our worst case scenario the NPV is negative, and in our best case scenario the NPV is the most, and in most likely scenario we are getting a mid NPV of some 100. If okay, now going to the second scenario, if the XYZ is certain about the most likely result in first 2 years, so most likely result we have to take 550 and then 450, then uncertain we have to take 700 as the third year base. That's what they have considered here, and discounting with the 9% rate, we are getting a NPV of 23,871, which is positive. So even considering XYZ's certainty, still we are getting a positive NPV, so we can go ahead and consider the project. Thank you.